the golden big tube.
That's awesome. Okay, let me see. Are we live? I think we're live.
Oh, we're live?
I think so.
Like on the net, like saying hello to everyone?
Yeah, I think so. Hello, everybody. Can you hear us? No, that needs to be off completely. Okay, there we go. All right. Did we get everybody switched over? From Cinnamon's show?
I hope so.
I think so. I'm seeing good. Okay.
I'm just saying.
Okay, you can turn this now towards you. Just don't close out Skype. Just leave
Don't close
Skype. Yeah, don't close Skype. We don't want to lose Cinnamon. Okay, Cinnamon is with me here
Hi.
today. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start here.
All right, we're starting.
All right. Hi, everybody. This is Angela Anderson with Thankful Art. Thank you for joining me today. I've got a really exciting program for you. I am live with Cinnamon Cooney, the Art Sherpa. Say hi, Cinnamon.
Hi, everybody. How are you doing?
You're only seeing her hands today. You can't see. She's got an awesome hat, so you'll have to click on over to her channel after this if you missed the pre-show to see her hat, because it's fantastic. Well, I'm going to be doing a cardinal painting today, and then Cinnamon is going to be painting a poinsettia right after this show. And the links are in the little iCards up in the corner there. They should be on your right-hand side of your screen. So after my show, you can click on over to her show, and we've got art all day long for you. It's going to be awesome. I'm really excited. We've got a bunch of people that have been enjoying our pre-show Facebook group, and we're calling ourselves Angelooney. So this is the winter paint-in, and I'm so glad you guys have joined me today. I hope we can get through this with no glitches. Cinnamon's going to paint along there, and she does not have carbon black, so I'm telling her.
You promised! I got a better deal on Mars at the store. It was like 75% off for the tube. It's like a big tube.
No, it's great. I know, everybody freaks out about colors. It's all good. Is my screen, is it lighted bright enough for you guys? Can you see me okay?
Somebody said that you need to turn your volume up a little bit.
Turn my volume up a little bit. Okay. Let me see if I can figure out how to do that. I'm not sure if I can do that while I am. Let me see. Here we go. Yes. Bye. Apply. Let's see if that helped. Can you hear me better now? All right. How many of y'all are going to be painting with us today? We've got 80 watching. That's awesome. That's the biggest live show I've ever had. That's for sure. Cinnamon's had better numbers, but I'm really excited. That's like double my best numbers for live shows, so that's great. If you didn't get the palette ahead of time, we've got phthalo blue, carbon black, Mars black is fine, burnt umber, burnt sienna, raw sienna, cadmium yellow, quinacridone magenta, cadmium red medium, titanium white, and unbleached titanium. So if you don't have the unbleached titanium, you can add a little bit of raw sienna or a little bit of like a yellow ochre or yellow oxide to it, just to give it a little yellowish tinge. It's just like a off-white color, so don't worry about it. If you don't have all the colors, you can make do. This is the drawing portion of this was done in another video, so I'm not going to really draw much today in this video. I'm just going to be doing the painting portion, so we'll go through that pretty quick, but I want to go ahead and get the color on my canvas, let that start drying before we start chatting too much. So I've got a 12 by 12 canvas, and I'm going to use some white. Whoop. Is my audio better? Is it? Yeah? Okay. I'm going to spray down my canvas just a little bit and pick up some phthalo blue and just a little bit of the cadmium yellow, just to make it kind of a turquoisey blue color. And we'll get that on the canvas and spread it around. If it looks too green, you can just add a little bit more white and blue to it. Mine's got a little green there.
So interesting. First challenge, Angela, is I'm seeing the Skype call. Oh, there it is.
What?
I wasn't seeing all the stuff, and I'm like, oh, wait, am I going to paint this from memory?
Oh.
We do.
Oh, you couldn't see what I was doing, huh?
No.
Oh no, yeah, that would not be good. You can just hear me. You can just listen along. This will be your first. There's a reason why they don't do this in podcasts.
Could be.
Paint along through podcasts. Probably wouldn't work very well.
It would be a really funny April Fool's, though.
It would. That would be awesome.
But now we've told them, so we can't do it.
Yeah, no.
Some of them are saying cinnamon is real loud.
Cinnamon, you're a little bit loud. I wonder if they can adjust on your end or not. I don't know. I won't be able to. My technical crew just ditched me, so I'm not sure where they're at. I don't know if John could adjust your volume or not. Oh, there's Mark. He's still here.
Yeah, I think that's a mix on your end.
That's my end? Okay.
I could talk less, or I could talk real quiet. Does this help?
I'll see if I can.
You know, there's several videos, Cinnamon, where I had somebody tell me I have vocal fry, and it like really freaked me out because it's that kind of raspy tone in my voice. And so like I did like my next 2 or 3 videos where I talked really high and tried to talk through my nose and not through my It sounds so weird. And you can tell which ones that I did that on because it does not sound like me at all. And my painting class was like, we went to YouTube and tried to watch you painting, but it didn't sound like you. I was like, no, it was me. I was trying a new voice out. It didn't work out.
Oh, bless the conference.
I wanted to know what
I know.
colors you mixed, Angela.
Okay, my colors that I'm doing here are white and phthalo blue and just a little bit of yellow, cadmium yellow.
So you're painting way too fast.
I'm painting too fast? Okay.
Keep up with
Oh, this part, just do it fast. Really, honestly, slap it on there. Get it on thick and move it around. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just kind of doing like little X strokes. That's my little blendy stroke. Just sort of slap it on, move it around.
It's painterly.
Yes, very painterly. So do your own style, whatever you like. It doesn't have to be. I want the brush strokes to show, though. That's kind of the look we're going for. It's very kind of like the snow is blowing in the background, and there's lots of kind of interesting textures and things. I don't know if you can see that on this original, but you can kind of in that corner where you can see the brush strokes in the blue. So that's the look we're going for today. I'm trying to get mine on. I'm going to let it dry so you guys can use your hair dryers, but I'm not going to do that. I had to do that the last time. I'm going to try not to do that today. So I'm trying to get it on there fast so we can talk and let it dry. And I'll do my sides here too. So.
Oh, we're doing the sides today?
Yeah. Well, I am because I got to let it dry.
Oh, okay.
So.
Slap it on there and catch up.
Am I behind?
Yes, you can catch up while I'm doing my
I'm
sides.
behind. I can't see what she's doing at all.
Oh,
What you have is just a 3/4 shot. I'm sorry if I'm talking too loud.
Oh, here. Let's put
What
this
it has
down.
is a
Let me see.
3/4.
Would it help if I put my Skype down
Oh,
where you can see it?
No, it's okay.
You guys, we're just Skyping. Oh, that's why it is that she can't see how far you're caught up. You're looking at her instead of looking at what she's painting.
I am.
Is that better?
That's okay.
Cinnamon?
See, she's all the way ahead of you.
All right, I'm moving. What is with this? This is hard.
You're a slow.
Also, I'm really self-conscious that I'm loud now.
I turned your mic down just a touch.
Did you?
Okay, good.
I hope that helps.
Is it better?
I went into our hardware and just turned it down.
Okay, perfect.
Whistle says the signal keeps freezing.
Uh-oh.
We're going to refresh. Maybe that will work now.
Yeah, Wetzel, if you're seeing freezing on your end, it could be because of your connection. So
Okay, everything's working.
So we have Carolyn and John as support team. I have to officially say this is an official Sherpa saying I really like Carolyn.
I know.
And I got Carolyn's back. YouTube.
You too, Cinnamon.
Could you hear her, Cinnamon? She says she liked you too.
Yay!
Carolyn and I have been friends for how many years, Carolyn? I don't know. It's been a long time.
For 20 years.
Yeah, over 20 years at least.
When her children were babies.
Yes, she knew my kiddos when they were little. She took care of them in the nursery, and she was the church secretary, so she gave them treats, and they would come find Miss Carolyn.
Yeah, you have the most gorgeous boys. You really do.
They're really sweet.
You should
I'm
talk
very proud of them.
for me.
Me.
I haven't met Carolyn's boys yet.
Oh, no, she doesn't have boys. No, she's saying boys.
Oh, yeah.
Are you saying voice or boys? Boys, yeah.
Yes, that would be Angela, not Carolyn.
Carolyn's a single lady, guys. By choice, I think.
choice, yes.
Exactly.
Now I feel like I'm catching up. I don't know when I'm getting.
Are we doing okay? Hopefully I'm going slow enough. I'm not getting to watch the chat much. What's going on in chat, Carolyn? Is everything okay?
Lots of hi to all the other friends in the art world.
Awesome.
They're doing great.
Awesome. How many we have so far?
93.
Wow.
Woohoo!
Awesome. That's fantastic. I hope we can break 100 today at least.
A lot of them would say they're just watching today. They don't have their paints yet. so
Okay.
They're watching their two favorite artists.
Oh.
So they're excited about that. Then they'll probably do the painting once they upload.
Awesome. Yeah. That's the way I would do it. It'll be interesting trying to paint along with you, Cinnamon, today, because I'm pretty slow. I'm always, when I'm in a class, I am always the last one to be done with whatever I'm doing. I don't know. So hopefully I'll get through it.
Well, you got to take it in. The Watercolor Society always has these wonderful free lectures. I don't know. You ever done any of those?
No.
Spectacular. They're a powerful little organization. They get some really amazing artists in. And I always like into that.
Did they accept you as an acrylic artist?
No, this was before I was an acrylic artist.
I see. Okay. Because I tried being part of a watercolor society. They don't have an acrylic society here in Arkansas, and I really, at least not that I know of. So
I don't think they have one in general.
I know. We need to start one, I guess, but I don't have time for that.
It's like it's another movement.
It'd be a full-time job, right? Oh, here, I didn't show everybody my ring. I made my little cinnamon ring. This is my Nod to Cinnamons project. It's a poinsettia with clay. So I actually did record the video, and I'm going to try to upload it, I don't know, sometime in the next few weeks. We'll see. But I'm not like a really good clay artist, so you have to be gentle with me. I enjoy it. I'm not proficient at it, but, I'm good enough to dabble.
I love it.
With it. Yeah, it's really fun.
I love it. I'll
really
put bird nest in hat for you.
Mm-hmm.
So
I need to make a bird nest one. Wouldn't that be fun? I did make a bird nest Christmas ornament with my boys. We used to make Christmas ornaments every year. And so now that they're too old to, they're too cool for it now. But I have a bunch of Christmas ornaments that they made, and one year we did clay. So maybe I'll go through my Christmas tree. I thought about that. Oh shoot, I got it on my shirt. Dang it. And this is my good Christmas shirt. I knew I was going to get paint on it.
So
oh well.
I'm not wearing white.
So somebody in the chat is asking about a credit card Christmas tree that you did
Phaedra was asking about.
Oh, I think what it is they want you to do the paint, the credit card painting with a Christmas tree.
Oh, that'd be fun. I am going to do a really, really fun metallic Christmas tree project. That's going to be one of my next videos in the next couple of weeks, where I saw this really cool painting at Hobby Lobby, and it was like all metallics. This background was silver, and then the Christmas trees were all like pink and greens and really weird colors, but they were all metallic. And I thought, I'm totally going to try that. So it'll be like a pine tree thing. So I might, I'll have to see if I can work in the credit cards to that one. That'd be fun.
I love watching you paint credit cards. I won't lie.
It was really fun.
I loved it. I was so.
That comes out of desperation, that is just like, how can I teach, 12 kids and not have to pay for brushes for all of them? Credit cards, that works, yes. Totally doing that.
I do like it with you slowing down. They said they've set aside 8 hours to paint.
Oh,
and
wow.
I'd like to be able to paint with you.
Okay. So slow down. Well, I'm letting this dry, so we're talking now. We'll talk for a little bit while this is drying. Actually, if you want to take that into the bedroom, then you could dry that for me. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, so we don't blow anybody.
Yeah, last time I had the world's loudest hair dryer, Cinnamon. I don't know if you were here for last live show, but I ended up having to use my super loud hair dryer. She what?
She was recruiting.
She was recruiting.
Yes.
You missed the world's loudest hair dryer. It literally has a screw loose.
I caught it after, and
Did you?
John mutes me out.
Oh my gosh.
John mutes me out.
He mutes you. Okay.
Just all the hair dryers. Though I feel like, have you seen those gorgeous, beautiful art hair dryers? They're from Europe, and they're all these pretty colors. I have a really jacked up hair dryer for my studio, and I would really like to do a fancy hair dryer.
Oh, I think I've seen those at Sephora or one of those places like Ulta. Oh yeah, that'd be fun. I'd get paint all over it, but it would look good for a little while at least. I feel like my lighting is still too dark in here.
I like your polka dots.
Isn't that fun? I thought I'd do a little nod to Christmas.
Somebody's asking,
little gift wrap.
what is her puppet? What is your puppet?
What is your puppet?
Oh, I'm being silly. This is Mousy, and Mousy has been in my family for a little while now, and sometimes he visits. So Mousy had to come by and give a wave hello.
Well, they noticed it.
Love it.
I was like, my hands weren't doing anything interesting. Angela has the most interesting hands. They're so animated.
I do. I talk with my hands a lot. I did not realize that I did that until I started doing these videos, and then I realized when I tried to speed up my video, and my hands were going like this the whole video. It's like, what happened? I'm a mess. So, Mark took my painting to the bedroom, so he's gonna blow dry it for me so that but y'all at home can blow dry it right now. This is intermission break. Go get yourself a drink.
It's a good time to go check out our Redbubble store.
There you go. Yeah, exactly.
There's
Go get yourself a pillow.
97 people watching right now.
Yay! Fantastic. That's awesome.
We'll do the happy dance when we reach 100.
Yes.
I think that's happening today. Have we posted up in group that we're live right now?
Oh, I haven't.
I might sneak off and do that and then come right back because I wonder if they know.
We'll replace your hands with John hands.
There you go.
Nice, see if anyone notices.
I want to see you paint something, John.
I don't think that she's going to like that.
No? Dare you?
She says, no way.
There.
No?
This guy's not a painter.
No. You're like my husband. He is very supportive, but he is not a painter. Excuse me. Sorry. I'm just coming off a cold. I'm so glad I even have a voice today because I was so sick last week. I didn't even get my Friday video done, so.
Oh no.
I apologize. Yeah. Well, you were the same way. You were sick last week too. I remember.
I know. But I was behind there. My head was all stuffed up. I just barely could talk. It was crazy. But
yeah.
Is that sign language, John?
Carolyn wants to know if you're using sign language on your hands. She said you talk with your hands too.
I don't know about that. Just
He's having fun.
Yeah.
I'm stalling.
I know.
Because this right now, I thought, oh, have we tweeted it?
Oh, smart. Sorry, guys.
Are we ready?
We're waiting for my
I think we're doing all right.
painting to come back. Mark's.
I mean, like, there's nearly 100 people out there just hanging out.
I'm
with
just
us, so
saying, I'm
I think
post.
they're having a pretty good time.
Angela, I just had to add like 12 people in group when I went by.
Oh, really? Oh, that's great. Well, I know I've been adding new people every day.
98
Perfect.
now.
Yay. Okay, Mark's got it all dried and ready for me here. Let me see which direction I want to make
So, to everyone,
do it. I'm noticing a couple spots where I missed the... Oh, Mark may have messed it up. Well, thanks a lot. Mark may or may not have put his finger right here. I think. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna put you. I don't know. What do you think?
I see 99 people.
At least it's not burned. Yeah, I know. I'm not telling that story. Okay. All right. We're good to go. Let's get this thing going now. Hopefully everybody's got their backgrounds done and dry.
100!
Woo!
Woo!
Happy dance! My fingers!
Awesome.
That's fantastic.
Got a little excited there.
Okay, I'm going to set that so I can see it. I think I'm just going to go ahead and sketch this girl one on because I know she's going to be the one that's lowest on the canvas. Make sure I leave enough room for her. Let me see if I'm doing her about the right. I'll stick her side by side. Here. I'm just using chalk today. I had meant to trace it out and have this all ready, but I just didn't get it done, so. How are we doing, Carolyn?
They're doing awesome. They're all counting. They're telling us how many they say. 101, 103.
Very
Everybody's
good.
doing the happy dance.
Yay! Well, this wouldn't have happened without Cinnamon, that's for sure. She is like the mastermind behind all of this. It's awesome.
Well, thank you. It wouldn't happen without you. You're like where the fun comes in.
Whatever. I don't know about that. You got the hats and the sippy sippy and all the huge community on Facebook. You have such a great group of folks that love you so much. It's been great getting to know some of them this week. Last couple weeks. Okay, so there's my female. That I'll have to do. And then we'll switch over here and do the male. Move my paint so I don't dip that in there. I'm just going to go ahead and put my branch in here. Okay, so he'll be sitting up there like that. So I'm drawing my sideways egg for his body. And then his tail, his wing comes off the back, splits that egg in half. Comes down, the head comes up from there, flips around his forehead, and his beak's pointing down at her. Good.
First broke 110.
We just broke 110?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Big thank you out there in the community for sharing, liking, and commenting. You know, without you guys doing this, we couldn't be out here having this fun.
Exactly. Okay, so the tails are just... One of the problems that people were having with drawing it was they were doing their tails real long. So the tails should be shorter than the body. So just check yourself there.
Tails. Check your tail feathers.
Check your tails. Check your tails.
I feel like I
think we're
made my
about
girl
good.
bird a little heftier than maybe you should.
Well, she'd be fluffed out. The reference photo I was using had a female that was in the summertime.
Yeah.
So she's probably not as fluffed out as she would be in the wintertime anyway.
Did you?
I tried to fluff her a little bit.
Oh, sorry. Did you get this from Paint My Photo?
I did. I used 2 different reference photos from there, and then I guess I'll go ahead and do my pine branches while we're at it. And I'm just kind of continuing that. I'm going to use up some of this empty space up here. Yes. This is totally made up, the pine parts at least, so just have fun with it. Move that over a little bit closer to him. So there's room for another one down here. Oh, we can't forget our pine cone. Our pine cone's kind of a cone shape there.
I wonder how many people printed out yours tracer page. And
Oh,
used
no.
it.
Yeah, some people were having trouble tracing it, or printing it out the right size since we're doing it on a 12 by 12. Of course, the regular printer doesn't print that large. So, what I was suggesting is just cropping the traceable for the sections, because these birds are only about 7 inches, so you could fit that on a regular sheet if you cropped your image from the traceable. So, I think that's good. I'm happy with that. Let me add another branch down here. I don't know. I think I kind of crowded it down lower than I did on the other one. So not going to worry about drawing in my pine branches. I just want the pine needles. I'm just going to put in the branches for now.
And your traceable was on Pinterest, the Angelooney group, and Thankful Art, right?
It was. Yes, I have a new group called, I'm glad you mentioned that. I have a new group for just my YouTube folks on Facebook called Thankful Art, where you can go and post, and I have the link to it in my description. So you can go and post pictures of what you've done from my videos or what you're working on from your own projects, and chat with each other. It's been a lot of fun. I really enjoyed.
A lot of paintings from former teaching videos.
Yes, a lot of my other, yes. It's been, I love that people take these videos and then they do their own thing with them. I love seeing that, where they kind of interpret it in their own style and sort of use what they're learning, and I'm all about that. It's wonderful. Okay, so now I'm going to use this titanium white, or I'm sorry, this is the unbleached titanium. It's the off-white color, and I'm going to fill in the female. I'm going right over the branch, so don't try to paint around that. We'll put it back in later. This is kind of just our base coat here. I want to go ahead and get her body filled in. I'm using a number 4. You could use a little bit bigger brush. Actually, I don't know. It doesn't matter. I'm just using the number 4 because I want to be careful around the beak. Because I don't want to, I'm going to fill in the beak separately. Move my water a little closer. Fill that in. Yeah, I feel like her head got a little bit big there. If you can catch your paint while it's wet, you can usually wipe it off. Right away, just don't put too much water on it since it's a freshly painted. It will take off your blue, but Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and pick up a little bit of the red. cadmium red. And I'm going to mix. I haven't cleaned out my brush, so it's still got that unbleached titanium in it. I'm mixing in some raw sienna with the cadmium red. And I'm going to paint in the wings on the sides with that.
I dropped the camera. I'm sorry, guys.
You did?
No, I said if I do.
Oh. That happens to me all the time. I'm always dropping the camera.
That's not something you should tell me.
I'm just saying it happens.
They're saying it's hard for them to chat and paint at the same time.
Yeah, no joke.
And we just rather have them paint.
Welcome to my life. I'm with you there. Painting and talking, it just in general, are very difficult to do.
That's why myself and John are here.
That's right. That's why Carolyn's with me. I did my very first live stream. I tried to read and paint along. That was interesting, to say the least. I basically had to stop anytime I wanted to read, and it just didn't. I can't.
I had to take away Cinnamon's feed because she was so excited by what everyone was writing in channel that she would stop and read the comments. I couldn't get all of them to her in time, so she would.
That's funny. So you don't get to see the chat anymore, Cinnamon?
No, I got taken away. Lost my chat privileges.
You've been sent to the corner.
It feels like school all over again.
It's great. Oh, let me zoom in a little bit. I wanted to zoom in some so you could see what I was doing a little bit better. A little better. Okay. All right, I'm gonna have to take the ring off. It's bugging me. Sorry.
It's okay.
Can't do it. Can't handle it.
It's okay. I painted with a ring a good friend of mine gave me for one of mine, and I kept dipping it in the cad yellow paint.
That's awesome. I can see that happening very easily. Okay, so I'm gonna let her sit. I'm gonna go ahead and we'll go ahead and put in the beaks too. Let's put in some raw. This is burnt sienna. I'm gonna spray my canvas too, or my palette is getting a little dry. Burnt sienna, and I'll take this unbleached titanium again. And this may seem like a weird color for the beak, but this is just our undertone, so we'll paint a brighter color over the top, but this will at least give us a good base.
I'm here with you. It's so crazy to hear you in one time frame, but see you on the delay.
I know, that was freaking me. I had to stop watching the delay when I was in the pre-show because my mind couldn't handle it. Okay, so there's his beak. There's her beak. I feel like it needs to be a little thicker. Okay. Good enough. So let's get him coated with some paint.
Want to say hello?
I almost did.
Almost said hello?
Couldn't quite get the angle.
Who said?
John, they're asking if Cinnamon, if you guys can zoom in on her painting. They want to see it.
They want to see me.
I'm watching both.
I'm just
Cinnamon's
doing
like,
what
no.
Angel's doing, but
Cinnamon's
slow.
just like, no. So don't, your beak's like this, like diamond shape. So don't. And it should be set into the head just a little bit, not setting right on the end of it, just from our perspective that we're doing here. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get some cadmium red. Oh yeah, that's much better now. I can see it now too. Okay, so I'm gonna put on the male cardinal here. I'm gonna switch to this bigger brush. This is an angle, about a half-inch angle. Can you get me a cough drop? My throat's tickling.
It's cough.
I I was coughing. Like, I'm over the cold part, but it's just like I've got this lingering sort of cough that wants to sneak up on me. Okay, so now I'm just filling in the male with cadmium red. Yeah. Oh, I don't know if I can. I'll try not to swallow it and choke on it. If I sound funny, I've got a cough drop in my mouth. Simon, you're getting really quiet. I can always tell when things are getting serious. It gets quiet.
No,
like you're concentrating real hard.
Yeah, and nerve that John zoomed in on me.
Oh, it's funny.
Oh, okay.
You guys we're laughing because there's a whole other city of everyone's joking in the chat channel. So I'm actually trying to laugh under my breath as everyone's
John's trying not to laugh at everybody's jokes. It's great.
I think I chubbed up my birds a lot.
It's all right.
Southern birds.
They're southern birds.
That's right.
They've been going to Luby's.
I have a Luby's story.
Do you have a Luby's story?
I do. I went on a trip to Pennsylvania with my mom. It was like in the middle of the winter time, and it was a bus tour. We went to Amish country. It was gorgeous, really beautiful, and we toured this toured the Sight and Sound Theater out there. She was working for Sight and Sound in Branson, Missouri.
I have been to Branson.
If you've ever been to
know
one,
of Branson.
if you know of Branson,
I love the Branson.
it's awesome. And the Sight and Sound they were opening the new Joseph show, so we got to go behind the scenes and see all the sets and the props, and it was amazing. It was an awesome trip. Loved the Amish part of it, loved everything, but we ate cafeteria food every single day for 4 days.
That's all there is in Branson.
And oh my gosh. Well, no, we went from Branson to Pennsylvania because she was working at the Branson Sight and Sound, and so they were opening up the new.
Oh, in Pennsylvania.
I feel like my wing got a little bit big here. Oh well, I may just have to thicken up his tail. Yeah, so by like day 4, I literally crossed the highway to get to a Burger King, and I hate Burger King. But I was like, no more cafeteria food. I will not do it. Luby's is great, but in moderation.
In moderation.
Oh my goodness.
No, my husband and I did our first serious date, but that wasn't really a date because we've been dating forever, but it was our spring break trip together. And we went to Branson in the hot springs.
Yeah.
And ran all around there and had just a blast, just the best time. And then his sister was married at Shepherd of the Hills, right? Is the theme park. She was married at Shepherd of the Hills.
It's Silver Dollar City?
Silver Dollar City, that's it.
Yeah.
And she had a Gibson wedding, so we were all in high Gibson costume in the middle of summer.
Oh, no. You must really love her.
It's quite an experience.
Oh, my goodness. Summers in Arkansas, or in this area of the world, are very, very hot and humid. I can't imagine.
It was a trip.
Yeah. I bet it was fun,
Oh,
though.
yeah. It was a really beautiful wedding. And
I don't know why I'm filling this part in with red, because it's been covered with black, but whatever. We'll go with it.
Mix the red, somebody's asking.
No, I'm just using straight cadmium red for this part. Okay. We're just kind of getting down our first coat, and then we'll go back in with some highlights and shadows and stuff. But just covering up that blue.
I forgot to...
I think that's good.
We got an eye here. I guess I'll put that in later. So I've made a
I
mistake.
feel like his wing is still a little bit low. I think go ahead
Sketching
and
an eye.
bring it up a little bit higher.
Oops. Put it on my brush. What am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. Don't focus on me because I don't know what I'm doing.
I'm stunt handling your camera.
I really don't like my birds at the end of this.
What's going on, Cinnamon? Let me see. Oh, you're putting in like the dark already. Look at you go.
Oh, it's like Tourette's. I can't help it.
Well,
I'm not even
that's
trying
how I
to get
did mine
off
too,
task.
but I...
What it is I can't. So here's what it is, and everybody at home will relate to this. So I've got a delayed view of what you're doing, but sometimes I'm guessing based on what you're saying, and then a couple of times I've guessed wrong, and then be like, but it's okay because it's acrylic and I can paint over it. So anyone at home who's watching is like, all that's happening is just between the audio and the delay. Like I painted out the eye and just made some mistakes. It's fine. It'll be okay.
There was a red box right there. You got to make sure you don't leave it on the thing. On there. It was shown. Okay. Mark's falling down on his duties here.
Mark.
His one job. Come on.
Just, for these high-rolling YouTube lives, everybody needs to show
Drop
up.
the water on there. I know. Hey, I better not. I don't complain about the help or they might not come back next time, right? Okay. I think she's dry enough now. Well, she's still going. We'll work on that beak. I'll work on the crest a little bit. If yours is not dry, you can put it under the hairdryer. Make sure she's dry. I'm going to go ahead and blend in.
My husband's trying to help me dry, and I'm like, no, it's going to do what I
Just
say.
being silly.
Audrey has fired you. You're fired.
Oh, is Audie G here?
Yeah, Audie's here. Hi, Audie.
Hi, Audie. Audie's now going to come decorate all of our studios.
Yes, yes.
That's just all I want for Christmas is to Audie come decorate. Did you see the picture of her house for the holidays, her Christmas picture? Did you see that?
No.
Good Lord. It looks like a
Okay.
Marcus catalog.
Okay, I gotta go find it.
I mean, she's...
I saw her studio tour.
Ah.
It was amazing. Uh-oh, I don't think my Cardinal was on screen there. Was it Cardinal on screen when I was painting him?
It's kind of the box is kind of over it.
Oh, was it? Okay. You're supposed to watch that and tell me if I need to move it over. It's your job.
She's making you sound great, Mark. Wow.
Make sure that it's in focus in camera. Okay, so let's go ahead and start putting on some of the wing details. And the main thing that I'm going to be doing here is just making sure that my brush strokes go with the natural way that the feathers would move. And that way we can leave the brush strokes kind of showing. And you can see on my example one. So there's a lot of like little streaks going on. But since they all kind of follow the natural contour that those feathers would go, it looks like feathers. If you did them sideways, it might not work out. Same thing for him. So his feathers are going to kind of curve down around like this, and then his wing feathers are going to go straight. His crest feathers are going to go this way. So set that up. I think that's fairly dry. You just want your first coat to dry completely. I'm checking to see. I think a little bit of this is still wet. So I'll work around the face for now. I'm going to pick up some raw sienna. And I'm going to lay down some of that around the face. What are they saying? Can't type today? Oh. And then I'm adding some of this unbleached titanium. You can add regular white if you want to. I'm just going to add a little few of those. Go around the face. Kind of just doing little choppy short brush strokes. They'll be darker darker details around the face here, but start. Now I'm not adding any more paint to my brush at this point, so it's starting to get kind of dry. And then I'm going to kind of pull down over the top here and sort of dry brush some feathers over the top. And I'm not going to go down here because this is still wet. Alright, and then I'll just add a few of these streaks down in the tail too. Whatever's left on my brush. Okay. I feel like it's quiet in here today, Carolyn.
So they're all talking about trying to shut down YouTube, thanks to John, because he wants everybody to type fast. So they'll shut it down.
Oh, he's trying to see if we can break YouTube.
I think we're holding pretty well. We have 100, and I just looked over to 116.
Yep.
Awesome.
We've pretty much held a solid 110 room here.
That's fantastic. That's by far the best I've ever had. That's wonderful. Okay, so now I've added some red, or some cadmium red, and I've got, I think I had titanium white on my brush. Either white would be fine. It's just, I'm going to add just a little bit of that. I don't want too much because I don't want it to turn my bird pink, but just want a little bit of that in there. The face. It's going to have a lot of colors going on, so I'm just very lightly kind of touching in some of this color. I think that is...
I think my screen in screen is covering up some of your color mixing on your plate in the upper left.
Okay. Oh, probably because that's where I'm holding it. Okay, I'll try to move it over.
YouTube problems.
Yeah, exactly. Now I want to get some darker red in here. And put a little bit of that in there. Just a little bit. A little bit is going to go a long way, and you want to be sure that you've got some of those other colors in there to kind of cut down that color because you don't want it straight red. Not for her, at least. For the male cardinal, he's more vibrant. She's kind of a little more muted. So I'm just kind of pulling up from the bottom here and putting in some color in her tail. Put some red over the top on her wings. This is a little bit more complicated than one of my normal beginner projects. It's probably, I would say, what would you say, Cinnamon? Like a three hoot?
Yeah.
Project.
Yeah.
It's probably a 3-hooter.
But you're putting it together in such a way, like if you were really new to painting, you could still find your way through it.
Still do it, hopefully.
Pacing is really nice and
Good. Not going too fast.
yeah, no. I think people are going to get some really good results out of it.
Good.
I just feel like I got to put my bird on a diet. She's going to learn to love herself where she's at right now. That's what she's going to do. She's going to accept herself.
Okay.
She's like, I've laid a lot of eggs and I've lived a lot of life.
That's that.
I just want some worms in the morning.
Oh, our Skype is kind of freezing. Is it doing that on yours too, Carolyn? No?
Yeah.
But it's...
painting, but it is
What's up with the Skype, babe?
Okay, you figure it out. Having technical issues with the picture-in-picture. He fixed it. Okay, he fixed it. All right, I feel like that's too dark, but we'll come back and fix that later. I'm gonna let her set because she is still drying. I think he's pretty much dry. Let's go ahead and put in our Pinecone. Well, no, I'll just work on the birds first. So I'm picking up this quinacridone magenta that's given everybody so many headaches. Nobody's used this color before, I guess. So I'm sorry, it's my fault.
No, I love that you.
I think you'll like it if you went out and bought it, though. I hope you'll enjoy it because it's a great color.
I love that you did it.
Okay, good. Good. Well, that's really dark. I'm adding black to it. Can you see it? Oh, I see. I feel like I need a light right here behind me. I just feel like there's a lot of shadows on what I'm doing. Wonderful.
Wow.
Wow. That's wonderful.
Well, hi to everybody who showed up. This is awesome.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you for the likes and comments and shares and showing up and painting. Oh my gosh.
Yes, thank you for joining the Facebook group, and we've been having a blast with y'all this week. Okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and start with this burnt sienna since it's kind of a medium tone. I don't want to go too dark too fast on my nail here. And I'm going to use the Cad Red with that color. That'll just kind of deepen it up a little bit. And I'm going to outline the wing some. Put a few streaks of this color in the wing. You may not be able to see it too much because it's kind of subtle, but yeah, that's better. Yeah, I can see it better now too. Oh, I forgot to switch my glasses, but I've got my faraway glasses and I've got my close-up glasses. I've been trying to do it with my faraways. No wonder I can't see what I'm doing. Ah.
I think I have to go get some
Much better. I can see it now. Wow, I can see what I'm doing.
I think I have to
It's
go
amazing.
get
I thought it was my
glasses.
lighting.
Yeah.
Do you? I fought it for a while, but I'm glad I did. I needed it. Especially my close-up side is really terrible anymore.
Well, I went and saw the eye doctor, and they're thinking I'm sleeping with my eyes open at night, which I find so funny.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Huh?
What?
I don't know what I'm ready for.
Oh my goodness.
And if I had to do glasses, I feel like I need to like embellish them up like the hats. Like,
Oh, sure. Absolutely.
if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna go all in.
Yeah. Yeah, my glasses have a little bit of bling, not a lot. They have little butterflies. See?
Yeah, we caught that, and I don't know if anyone noticed, but we added that to the graphic. I had Chuck add it to the graphic. I love Chuck. He did such a cute job on a cartoon of us.
Chuck is amazing. And he drew me so young and so skinny. It was great.
It's very hard to complain about anything Chuck does because he does that.
It's so wonderful. Like, wow, I wish I really looked like that. Okay, so I'm using the same color that I used over here, the burnt sienna with a little bit of cadmium red, and I'm just adding it over here on the female too, darkening up around her wings, giving it a little bit of a shadow next to her body. And I'm going to kind of, there's some little details here in her tail. The feathers sort of overlap one another. So there's like a little scalloping going on, and I think I'm just going to indicate that. I'm not going to be too fussy about it, but I'll just put a little bit of that in there and kind of indicate that they're split down the middle a little bit. This is actually probably almost as dark as we're going to go on the female because she's so light colored. We'll still do a little bit of burnt umber on here, but this is a good shadow color. So I'm going to use a little bit of it up here by her head. I think that's a little bit bright, so I'm going to take some titanium white and just knock that color down while it's wet. Kind of want right in between. There we go. these feathers in here. These feathers real close to the face, I'm really basically just tapping. And I'm gonna put some streaks up here at the top of her head, going up, out like her crown. She got her hair combed back.
I love that one Cardinal you posted in group.
Yes.
It cracked me up.
I know. Oh my goodness. Yeah, my hair's getting so long right now. It does weird things in the morning, so it's definitely appropriate for me. It's great.
Goodness, thank you for moving it up. I was like, well, I can't see. Don't make me guess.
Okay.
This is kind of fun for me because I'm sure all of your consistent people know this, but I don't know if everybody here knows this about like your fine art practice and all. You were in that wonderful calendar, the shows, exhibiting. It feels like a workshop. It's a special treat.
Oh, good. Yeah. Yeah, this is definitely different from my normal. You know, I had every intention of doing cardinals with little stocking caps on their heads and like really cute, something whimsical, and I ended up with realistic looking cardinals. I don't know what happened, but you know what? That's good. I went with it, and I'm glad you were game for doing this too, Cinnamon.
Always.
Yeah. She's like, sure, let's do it. Like, okay. That's great. All right, so now I'm putting this second coat on this. The brightest area is going to be right in here. And so I'm just going to go back in with the unbleached titanium, and then, whoops, that's not, you don't want watery paint on here. At least not right now. It's not dry enough yet. I think that's one of the no-nos that people do with acrylics sometimes, is if you got like really thick wet paint on there and then you tried to add water to it, it'll like lift it right off. Yeah. It's like a magic lift tool. So you want to go thick with thick and wet with wet. Yeah. Wet on a dry canvas. Only wet paint on a very dry canvas, not on a thickly painted wet canvas. So
guess who showed up? Said wonderful, awesome cartoonist Chuck Carson is in chat right now.
Hey, Chuck.
So I love him. He is doing. Have you seen his 30 Days of Turkeys?
I have. They're hilarious. Cracking me up. They're so great. I'm just mind blown that he's that talented, that he's doing that one a day. Like, one of those would take me a week. So he's doing one every day. That's crazy.
Plus all the stuff he does everywhere else.
I know. Yeah, the stuff that he did for us for this, man.
Just whipped it out.
Amazing. Okay, so I'm just layering over. I used a little bit of this, the red and burnt sienna mix that I'd made over here, and I added a little bit of the unbleached titanium to it, and more of the light color than the dark. So I just lightened it up, and I'm just kind of layering back over and sort of blending that edge in where I put the second coat of paint in, because I didn't want it so dark or so drastic. Kind of just want to blend it. But as you can see, I'm kind of just laying my brush strokes all in the same direction and letting them sort of naturally form and look like feathers. And I'm going to use a little bit of this color up in her crest and give her a little highlight on the back of her head here. Okay, and I think that's probably looking pretty good on her. I'm going to add our shadow in here in a little bit, but let's go ahead and add some of this color too down in the tail section. So just a little bit. Just very, very, very lightly touching it. What? Hand painted toilets. Who said that?
Judy. Oh. so
Sure.
Well,
Is that a suggestion, Judy,
she was
for my next
she was
video?
Judy was making a joke. She was asking, well, what do you give your friends and family when you filled their houses up with canvases and paintings that you've given them? And I responded, rocks, saw blades, and other inanimate objects that you find to paint. And so she laughingly responded, what about a hand-painted toilet seat? So,
Hey. Actually, I've been asked to paint weirder things, so. Oh my goodness.
yeah, there's a whole nother conversation or four going on in chat at any given time.
That's awesome. Okay, I got a boogie. We're already an hour in, and I'm just chatting and
Having a good time.
having a good time. Let's get rocking here.
That's
I'm
the
going to
thing
start moving a
about
little
live.
faster.
It just pulls you in like that.
It does. I know. I'm just kind of sitting here enjoying, painting leisurely. Okay, I've got this. I still have all these colors on my brush. I had the unbleached titanium and these other colors. And now I'm just picking up some of this burnt umber. And I'm going to lay this around her her beak here. So I'm just going to tap in and go over the eye. Fill in her eye and tap in around her face some. Very little brush strokes. I'm gonna this dark area. She's got this little mask, sort of not as detailed as the male. And then I'm gonna pick up the black and I'm gonna tap in some of those black details too. My little brush is a little bit wet.
What are you laughing about, John? He's trying to laugh wildly.
Carolyn's laughing too, so there must have been a good comment going on.
There's some sharing
I feel like I'm
happening
missing the
is
party.
there is.
What?
There's some sharing happening.
Uh-oh.
So, yesterday, one of our viewers was sharing that she was on the throne and felt it tickle.
Oh. While she was watching
And
you?
looked down and saw a stink
Watching
bug.
you.
What's that?
No, she's here right now. One of the
Yeah, she's right here with us. And she looked down and saw a stink bug was tickling her behind. So she thought that she could paint the stink bug on the toilet seat. So I think that we
Sounds
were
appropriate.
trying to contain our laughter
Giggling.
as just scrolling up through there. Now, I'm sure that the rest of the audience is going to get this about the time that I explain it. So,
That's great.
Yeah, the comments are coming in now.
Oh boy. Oh. Okay, I'm going to make some gray with my phthalo blue and my burnt
What is that?
sienna.
Bring me that something.
I'm sorry.
She can come in. She can say hi. Ooh.
she brought you something.
Ooh, she brought me something.
It takes a purple sippy
It's
sippy.
purple. I'm sorry.
And
My
this
mother-in-law,
sienna.
Linda, just came by and she brought something purple. Oh, this is Ouzo. No.
I'm going to use this
This isn't
over
Ouzo.
here.
What is it? No, you're going to have to come on mic and explain yourself. Have her come in and explain it. You got to come in. No.
There's a camera shut down. They can't see you.
You can't see you. You can just talk on the little pink mic there. So I've been given this purple concoction, Angela,
Uh-huh.
and I don't know if it's showing up as the deep amethyst that it is. It smells
Ooh,
like
pretty.
NyQuil on another level,
Okay.
and we've got it in my grandmother's. These are Russellville, Wyoming glasses. It's powerful stuff. What is it, Linda?
Sambuco and hot damn.
Sambuco and hot damn. Sippy,
Oh, boy.
sippy. Goodbye, Sherpa.
Wow.
It was good seeing you guys.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to be under the table for your show, Cinnamon.
And y'all
Don't
have
do
got
it.
me behind Angela with your funniness.
Okay, I'm cleaning out my brush. My brush was getting too full
Oh,
of paint.
thank goodness.
I've
because
mixed myself a
I'm
gray.
fine. I was like, wait, how are we getting gray?
Gray with burnt sienna and phthalo blue. It's more on the blue side than the burnt sienna side. And I'm adding white to it this time, just a little bit of the white. I don't want it too dark right now. And this will be our shadow color for the female cardinal.
Okay.
I noticed on the picture that I had, I don't have the reference picture up, but her, the female cardinal actually has quite a bit of gray in her. And especially around her underside of her belly was very gray. So I'm just adding those brush strokes up, add a little bit of water to my brush. And I'm mostly keeping it kind of along this one side here. And my paint is not wanting to blend for me, so I'm going to pick up some unbleached titanium, which is the color that's right here, and I'm going to blend back over it and soften up my edge. Okay. How are we doing on people? Are we still at 100?
Good, 100.
113. Awesome. Lost a couple people, but
Oh, they come and go. They got.
yeah, they do. I know.
I just don't want them driving and painting.
Did
That's really where I'm at. Don't drive and paint. I have
Don't
a scary
drive and
number
paint.
of people
Good
saying, well,
idea.
I'm driving home from work. Like,
And watching you.
I'll see
Oh
you
no.
later. Go away. I love you.
Yeah,
Go.
really. It's recorded. Don't do it.
Okay. Don't die.
Yeah. I want to pick up some of the darker and do the darker right along the bottom here. Now I've got my...
Here, come sit with John and co-pilot. I'm watching. So we've been joined.
She's
by
the
mother-in-law
hardest
Linda.
one. She's... Hello, Linda.
No.
Once we get through her, this female one is the hardest one, and the male is pretty straightforward because he's just red and black pretty much. So
Oh, we're having a blast. I'm having a great
it's a
time.
little bit tricky. Good. Okay. Hope I'm explaining this enough. I'm kind of blending out this transition to her body too, or from her body to her tail too, just a little bit. I don't want it too drastic. Paint is not moving on me. I don't know what's going on today. I think it's getting dry. I need to spray it again. Okay, there we go. So keep the gray kind of on the bottom half of her body and then maybe just up the side here a little bit. Okay, then I'm going to pick up the burnt umber also, just on the tip of my brush here. And I'm going to very carefully draw it along this side to sort of outline her wings a little bit. Darken it up. I'll help pop them back and pop her chest forward visually. If you get too much on there, you can wipe it off with your finger. And then I'm put a little bit of this down in the tail too, just so that it's kind of all have the same, looks like it goes together. I might even wet it down a little bit and put a little bit of it right here too, in this darkest area. I think Cinnamon's left the building.
No, I'm concentrating.
Oh,
now.
you're there? Oh, okay, you're
Why?
concentrating. Okay.
I'm now taking a couple sips of.
Uh-oh. You're relaxing.
Yeah, the caffeine is now being knocked back by. I'm really sure what she's done is poured cold medicine in the glass and is just messing with me. But
I'm going to zoom in here on the face so you can see better.
if my sinuses
so-
dry up, I'll be on to you. Where do you come up with this stuff?
I'm just tapping in some of this gray.
Oh my
It
goodness.
burns.
Huh?
It burns.
I'll get John. He's got a lighter. When John comes back, we're lighting it on fire. So we can say we had fire on Angela's show. That's how hot it was. It was on fire.
I love
Angela.
it. I like it. I can't wait to do a fire. We haven't done a fire yet this season, but I can't wait for it to get cold enough to start doing fires in our fireplace. Okay, so I tapped some of this gray over the top of her mask area here too, just to soften it up some. And I'm going to go ahead and switch over to a fine liner brush and outline her eye with this color also. Just add a little bit of water to it. It'll help the paint flow. And just carefully, maybe a little bit more white in there to make it show up.
For the gray?
The gray mix was phthalo blue and burnt sienna. And that the reason that it turns gray is because they're kind of opposite. Blue and orange are opposite on the color wheel, and the burnt sienna is a very kind of orangey red, and orangey brown, brownish red, and then the phthalo blue is a greenish blue. And so those colors neutralize each other and create a really nice gray. Okay, so I've outlined her. I'm going to just tap in a couple of these highlighted grays too, just around, so that it doesn't look like it's coming out of nowhere. I think that's good. And then we can clean that out. I'm going to pick up the straight black and go back in and put a little bit of the really dark black in. Just tap it in. It doesn't have to fill in the whole thing. I'm just going to make her eye really dark. And then clean it out again and pick up some white and put in our little highlight for her eye. Hey, is she cute? Too cute. Okay, let's go back. Let's get our beak colors in here. Her beak is going to be cadmium yellow and cadmium red. And then we'll also add maybe some raw sienna in there too, but that's our main orange. Whoops, I didn't show that, sorry. So let's go ahead and fill in her beak here. And having that dark color, it already gives us like a little shadow area to it, so we don't have to fill it in all the way. We can leave a little space right here where our separation of her beak is. There we go. I'm going to add some white to that color. Go right along the edge and blend down some highlighted color on the top of the beak. Then I'm going to pick the cadmium red up and I'm going to go right underneath the separation. And these colors are all still wet, so they're blending really nicely at this point. You don't have to do too much work and they'll do this really nice blend for you. I might even put a little bit of that red up there. Okay. And I'm going to go back to my liner brush. We'll pick up the burnt umber. I don't think I want the black. I just want kind of a dark color, but not too dark. And I'm just going to darken up the split. Give it a little bit of a line here. I'm going to let my line kind of break apart though. It's not. Oh, it's not focusing? Okay, is my hand in the way? Oh, okay. Thank you. There we go. Well, she looks kind of like she's frowning. I probably could have done her split a little bit different. Oh well. She's a little bit mad. He's done something. Who knows what he's done. He is in trouble.
The female has the gray hair.
Yeah, yes, notice the female has the gray hair. You're right, Carolyn. I didn't think about that. There's no telling. Okay, I think she's looking pretty good. I think I'm going to put in some white. And just, this is the straight titanium white. And I'm going to put some highlights right along here. And I'm dry brushing this. So I don't have a lot of paint in my brush and it's pretty dry. I'm just going to put a little bit of highlights right on her belly. Right here. So this part is poking out a little bit. And I feel like I want a little bit more red up here. So what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to let that set for a little bit. I'm going to work on him, but I'm going to come back and show you, because there's two ways that I like to blend. I like to, sometimes if I've got a lot of really interesting textures underneath, I like to put a wash over the top to darken my areas. And you could have done that over here too. We could have done a wash down here instead of putting in our brush strokes with thicker paint. So, and I think I want to wash up here too, just to wash in some red colors. So I'm going to let her sit for a while because I think she's looking okay. And we'll work on him for a little bit and then we'll come back to her. So while we've got these, are they talking about?
It says that she's mad because he brought home dinner late.
He brought home dinner late. That, I did have a cardinal story. We were just talking about it, Mark and I. We had a male and female cardinal bring their babies to our feeders, and they were just full, you know, they were fledging, so they were, you couldn't even tell if they were male or females. They were pretty fugly looking little chicks at that point. They were in the ugly stage like we are right now with ours. And I think there were like 4 of them, something like that, and they were all got this little big platform feeder, and they were all lined up around the feeder, and the daddy bird was one by one like hopping inside, and he was feeding them each. They were all lined up on the outsides, and then he left, and the baby birds were like looking at each other, looking at the food, like, what do we do now? Like, we don't know how to eat. Like, where's the food? Where'd the food go? And they didn't have a clue. It's like right in front of them, you know. There's just like a whole tray of food, and they're just like, where's Dad to feed us? We're so hungry. And every time like another bird would come by, you know, like a chickadee or a sparrow or something, they'd look at it like, are you going to feed us? And it was so funny. We just cracked up. And then they wouldn't do anything until the daddy came back, and then the dad would feed them again. He was like, come on, dudes, really? Like, get it together.
I think I feel like that about my own kids.
Yeah, really. I heard you.
Feels pain.
I heard you telling them, eat your peanut butter and jelly before the show. That was hilarious. That was cracking up so hard.
I negotiated with a child.
Like, you like peanut butter and jelly.
It just thinks eating is optional, and if you could just live on ramen and donuts.
Hey, I think that got my kids through college. Ramen and donuts. Okay, I'm mixing up some more of this beak color. I'm going to go ahead and do his beak while I've still got those colors fresh. I am fighting a cough again. Ah.
I'm so sorry you got that cough.
I know. It's not that I feel bad. It's just I just want to cough. Ah.
Oh.
It started last night. It's just like this tickle in the back of my throat.
That's healing up.
Oh, yeah. It's fine. I'm feeling great. It's just, you know, it's one of those weird things.
Well, I mean, even if you weren't, we couldn't catch it.
Do, yeah. Although, I don't know. I think John gave me his cold.
You know, enough people
Virtually.
in our cyber group got it, enough people in our YouTube group got it, that I actually started to get all paranoid.
Yeah, I know.
He got it.
Mark got it. My husband got it last week, so he had 2 days off work. And he never takes off work, so you know it's bad if he took off work for it. Okay, I think I'm putting the darker cadmium red underneath there too. Just on the bottom half of that beak. And then I'll add some white to it and add my highlight at the top of the beak. And I'm just barely touching it down, so it's just catching the grains of that canvas a little bit. I'm going to put a little bit brighter on her too. Okay. I think I want it more red on the bottom. Alright, that's good. I could fuss with it all day. We don't have time for that.
We're okay. I mean, I'm not going live till we're done here, so we're all right.
Okay, good. Yeah, because it may not be done by 5, folks. Sorry.
I
Just saying. At this rate, we're...
If we get close like that, I'll just push the broadcast back 30 minutes. Nobody yell at me. And,
Okay, good.
you know, and then we'll just go in because, I mean, it's like they should be over here first.
Right, exactly.
That was the instructions.
Yeah. Okay, so I've mixed the Quin Magenta with the burnt sienna. I don't know why that name is giving me issues today. I can't seem to remember the name of that color. I'm going to add a little water to my paint. It's getting a little thick.
Somebody's saying to zoom in, please.
Zoom in again? Okay. Zoom in. You got it.
They love the zoom.
Yes. Well, yeah.
Well, they're saying they'd like to see both of them zoomed in, Cinnamon's in.
Oh, Cinnamon, you need to zoom too.
Well, I would love to zoom, but I don't know where that button is.
John has left the building.
He's visiting with mom, guys. As soon as his mom, as soon as he comes back in, we'll zoom. Don't get me in trouble. I gotta catch up. Stay on with you.
Okay, so I'm just adding a few of these.
I feel like we're zoomed, but
You can zoom in more. They want to see the.
the bird.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Good job, honey. I can't tell you how many times I've gone off camera on my videos. It's a problem.
Yeah. But in
I get
edit,
to painting and I forget I'm zoomed in. And you can't go back and fix that. It's pretty much there. It's not. Okay, so I've got, that was the Quin and the burnt sienna, and I'm going to grab my cadmium red now. I'm just going to blend back over a little bit along that transition area. Blend it in. Decided my eye was too far away on him, so I'm covering over it. And he's pretty much, he's not going to take a whole lot of details because he's pretty much just straight red. There's a few little highlights and stuff in him, but not nearly as much as work as she was.
she's a really
which is
fun
true.
bird.
She isn't that true in real life? He's not nearly as much work as she is. I feel like that's our relationship, that's for sure.
They're asking, are you mainly painting with a dry brush?
It is mainly dry. I'm working wet into the wet paint here. I added some of this color and then I added some of the red and then this, but yes, the areas especially, it's not, I don't have a lot of paint on there and it's fairly dry. So yeah, it's definitely not a wet brush. Okay, I'm going to add some of these highlights into the wing. Now the wing detail, there's like a section, I don't have my picture up here, but there's like a section here of these wings that overlap the other wings. So there's longer wings that kind of are down here, and then these wings up top here are a little bit shorter. So I'm just going to indicate that a little bit. Maybe put some highlights in. Just go gentle with the highlights. You don't want to go cover over everything you've done. So leave some gaps, and we'll put some darker shading in here too. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this darker color that I mixed up before. This was the Quin and the black. Quin Magenta and black. And I'm going to use it on the tail. Can you see? Okay. I'm going to shade the tail area. It's nice and dark right along that back side. And then I'm going to use it in the wings some. But yes, this is very dry at this point. I'm not adding a lot of water to it because I don't want it to overwhelm it. I just want it to catch the canvas texture in some places. I'm going to add a little bit of water and wash a little bit of color over here, up here. Carolyn's been really quiet today. Guess we've been talking a lot. Cinnamon. How are you doing, Carolyn?
Oh, I'm great.
She's
I'm
doing.
watching all these comments.
She's
Go
enjoying the
from
comments.
A to Z really quick.
The comments are hopping around. That's one of the things I love about watching your live show, Cinnamon, is your community of folks are so funny. They are so much fun.
Yeah.
I really enjoy getting in there and chatting with them.
I do miss that because a lot of times when I'm done, I can't go back and see comments all the way through. I can only go back and see them so far.
Right. Yeah, you kind of do miss out a little bit. I wish that they let you see the comment. I feel the same way. I feel like part of me misses out.
Somebody said Cinnamon's female Cardinal looks really pissed.
She is mad. He's like, what the hey, dude?
That's too true to life right there. Everything's
Reality is coming through.
It does, doesn't it, in the painting? Like, there's little bits
that
of truth
does.
from your life that just sip in.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Okay, so now I'm just kind of knocking back some of these details that I don't. I feel like his wing needs something. I don't know what it is yet. Maybe let's try some burnt umber. And I don't think his belly is quite as dark as I made it on my example. Come on. My paints are drying out. That's part of the problem.
It's hard, isn't it? The studio dries out your paint so fast.
I know. These lights dry them out. Well, and I put them, I set them out for about half an hour before the show, and then we've been going, almost, so they've been sitting out for almost 2 hours, so that's why.
My theory is this is why we don't see a lot of egg tempera on YouTube.
Yeah. A lie. Yeah. I'm gonna tap this burnt umber and around his face underneath where the black is gonna go. This will just give it a little bit extra dimension, a little bit more detail. Oh, thank you. Yeah, there his eye is going to be right about here. His eye is going to be in the upper half of his beak. I'm going to use this to do his beak detail too.
It's my snack. I'm snacking. It's like sticky. It's a long day.
I know. I'm going to have to get a snack after this before your show for sure.
Eat up. I approve. I'm snacking.
What are you having?
Unfortunately, I'm getting snacking on my arc.
Uh-oh.
Little bits of stuff gets painted over for the future.
Your female just told the male to put a ring on it, Cinnamon. Oh, that's awesome. Actually, I was reading up on cardinals, and they are kind of interesting birds. And the female sits on the eggs, but once the babies are hatched, he takes care of feeding them. So I'm all for that. I say go. That's a lot like our house. Mark, I don't know how many times Mark has come home, and I've been still in my studio, and I'm like, what time is it? It's dinner time? Oh, okay. What are we having for dinner? I have no idea. I haven't even thought of it.
No, I think John's feeling that.
Poor guy.
I think artists might be hard to be married to.
Huh?
I think artists might be a little hard to be married to.
I think so. I think if you're expecting meals every night and
Just weird.
a normal life, that and just not happening.
We're not those people.
No, sir. It just doesn't even occur to me some days. I'm just like, get in my own little world. Okay. I'm just adding. I'll go ahead and outline that eye later, but while I had this black on my number 4 round, I went ahead and put that in. I'm going to go ahead and tap in over the top of that burnt sienna and put in my black. It's going to cover over most of it, but you'll still see some of that burnt sienna showing through. It'll just give it a nice little extra layer of color. I'm all about layers. That is my style of painting for sure, is layers and more layers. I think it really adds a richness to it that you just can't get otherwise. The male has a blank look. He's like, what the heck?
What's going on?
He's like, I don't even know what I did. Oh, it took me a while. I think we were married about 15 years before I realized that when I got mad, I pretty much had to just tell him what the deal was, or I wasn't going to stay mad, and he was not going to have a clue why. Yeah. He's not a good guesser. It just doesn't work that way.
No, it really does. It takes about that long being married to even figure the marriage part out.
No joke, I know. We actually still like each other. It's amazing. We've been married how long? 27 years.
Woo!
I know.
I have to cheer that.
Yeah, no joke. I know. We got married when we were really young too. We were 18 and 20. 18 and 20. It was the day before his birthday.
Aww.
So he was, yeah. So he never forgets our anniversary, ever.
He doesn't?
Well, no, it's the day before his birthday. Oh. I mean.
We both forget ours every year.
Do you really?
Yeah. I don't think we've remembered when my mother-in-law sends us a card and my father-in-law and his wife sent us a card, and that's how we know we have an anniversary. They remember.
Oh, no.
I think the wedding stressed them out, so it's stuck in their memory.
That's funny. Yeah. Okay, so I've got some yellow mixed in. I've got that beak color almost. It's that cadmium yellow and red. I'm going to add some of this to brighten up some of these areas that really, they're very red. It's a very orangey red, the Cardinal red. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm really liking that now. Just a few. I don't want to put too many, but okay, let me look at him. He needs darker down here. And maybe some of that gray that was in the female around his area. So I'm going to go ahead and switch to my liner brush and pick up some of that light gray. I can still get some before it's dried out. A little bit of white to it. You hanging in there, Sarah?
I'm having a blast.
I know yours looks awesome.
I'm eating. I might coffee up
Looking
before
good.
a cocktail on the next party.
I'm going to zoom in on his face a little tighter. You can see what I'm doing with the eye.
I'm actually really happy with the Cardinals. I feel like they're pretty.
I know. So. Whoop. Okay, sorry. Thank you. And good job, honey. You are on it. You want your job. Mark gets his job back. He's been helping keep me on camera.
Thank you, Mark. He has a YouTube show, right?
Mark?
Yeah. Yes? I'm
No.
lost. Okay.
Who were we talking about? My husband, Mark.
I'm sorry. I meant your son.
Oh, Ned. Yes, Jordan. Or Nathan. Yeah, Nathan does.
Brain fart. Sorry.
What, honey? Yeah, she thought she was confusing with Nathan. My son Nathan does. Well, he does Twitch. He doesn't do necessarily YouTube, I don't think.
He's braver than us to be
doing
on Twitch.
gaming on Twitch. Yeah, they have a pretty hardcore community there. They can get pretty mean. They have on a whole nother level of trolls.
They do. It's you got to be really, really ready to come.
Mm-hmm.
They don't play.
What? Okay, move it down here. Okay, I'm just adding a little tiny bit of gray in with the black, just kind of giving it a little detail. And you don't have to do this. I don't know why I'm doing this. Actually, I'm gonna stop right now.
I don't mind.
I don't have time for this.
You don't have any time for this.
I have 25 minutes to finish this painting.
Oh, I mean, it's just branches and snow, right?
Yeah, yeah, they
Once
go
you,
pretty fast. When
we get close to the broadcast, John, we're not looking like we're wrapping up. Just push it back a little bit, or just say she may not be done at 5.
30 minutes.
may not be.
25 minutes in live time? Gosh, that's an eternity.
They're going to have a dinner.
We got 25. You're
Let me
going to
get some
finish
of
up
this
those
burnt
branches in
umber
25.
here.
You're good.
I'm just going to darken up the beak here. All right, I think that's good. I'm going to zoom out a little bit more. Woo! I like it. Okay, so let's do a little bit of that. Last thing, I wanted to add some red to this girly here. So I'm using the cad red, and I'm just wet it down a little bit. I'm going to take most of it out of my brush, so I don't want a lot of paint on there. It's just wet down, but it's fairly thin. And I'm just going to go over her crest and her breast right there, right by. Use the tip of that angle brush to kind of draw in some feathers if you want. And maybe add some more down here, brighten it up just a little bit around the tail. The sides of her body. That's good. Okay. Good. I think I'm going to leave him be. I like him just fine. I think that orange helped brighten up his colors a little bit. He doesn't look like he's looking at her, though. I don't know. He's like looking off. He's thinking deep thoughts. Everybody's. Oh, nice snack break. Yeah, I'm all for that. Okay, I'm going to zoom back out. All right, now we're going to do the branches. So this will go pretty fast. I've got my number 4 again here. And whoop. Can you see? Would that not be sad if I just dropped that on? Like cover the whole thing? Oh, Lord. That would be something that I would do. Totally do. I'm so klutzy.
Been there, drop that.
Oh, yeah. I actually flung paint on one of my students one time. I did, no lie. It was terrible. I don't know what happened there. I'm going to have to come back in with a little bit of that blue. That may... Took off some paint there when I... All right, so raw, burnt umber, and I'm gonna lay in these branches. Keep it down low on her. So you can put her feet in right here. Are you typing and painting, Cinnamon?
No, John's typing.
Oh, John's typing. Okay.
John's typing is me.
I haven't looked up to see what you're doing yet.
Trying to keep up with Miss.
I'm trying to keep up.
Miss Angelooney's.
Yeah.
Angelooney's.
And eat at the same time.
Oh no,
multitasking.
Yeah, the eating is good.
You done eating? Okay, so my liner brush is, let me see if the numbers are still on it. No, they're not. I think it's a number 1 though.
And that really changes company to company.
Yeah, it does. Let me see if I have another one. This one is about this. This is a 0. This one's a 10-aught. So, just, it's pretty fine, but it's long. So if you have trouble controlling the liner brushes, you can buy a spotter, which is shorter bristles like that, and that'll work fine too. That's a 2-aught spotter. So.
Yeah, I really prefer a shorter bristle brush in general.
Really? Yeah. They're definitely easier to use. I use that liner though when I do my signature, and I can't seem to use the shorter brushes for the signatures for some reason. They just don't bend like I need them to.
We have this big thing in Houston right now where you're not supposed to sign your fine art like at all.
Oh no. Drop the water on him.
So.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
And I'm terrible at my signature, so I'm sort of embracing it, but.
You're not supposed to sign your fine art. Why would that be a thing? I don't understand that.
The current feeling is, and this is a huge debate, is that the signature breaks the visual line of the art.
Oh, I get that.
Yeah, so
I do try to keep mine very, very out of the way. Like, I definitely don't.
but it's like a heated debate.
Well, do they sign it on the back then, I guess?
So some artists sign it on the back, some artists don't sign at all, which I totally don't agree with. I try to hide.
No,
mine
I don't
in
agree
there,
with that at all.
But I have the worst signatures. It's a problem.
Yeah. If it's a small canvas, I'll actually use a pen. Because, the small, there's no way. Sometimes you just can't fit it in.
Yeah.
There's no way I can paint it that small, so. Oh, script liners? Yeah, I have some of those. Like that. He's a long puppy. I even have a longer one here. I don't like this one either. I bought it, but it didn't work out. We broke up.
You broke up with your brush.
I did.
It was rough, but you got through.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just putting in, oops, goodness gracious, look at that branch. Wow. That's what happens when I look away for a second. Oh my gosh. Well, that's all right. Most of this is covered up anyways. What I'm going to say is I'll just thicken the whole thing. I don't have a brush tutorial, but I've actually thought about doing one. That's a good idea. And definitely, I am sometime in the next, who knows when, may not happen before the end of this year, but definitely soon I am going to be teaching maybe a series on how to fix mistakes with acrylics, because I see the same things with my beginner students over and over again. So I thought, let's just do a video, and that way they can go check that out and help. I'm thickening up all of these transition areas here. Still trying to work fast. That branch is thicker than I wanted it to be, but whatever. It's all made up in my imagination anyways. Okay, so he's going to continue. You could switch to the liner brush at this point if you wanted to get your lines thinner. But okay. All right, so I think that's good. Oh, let's go ahead and put in our Pinecone body. I'm still got this burnt umber. I'm going to add a little bit of the unbleached titanium to it to make it a little bit softer brown. And I'm just going to do, oh, it still has that burnt umber in it, so it's doing some shadows already.
I'm good to make it.
Just doing kind of circular
Alright, for me, but maybe that.
motions, making a cone shape. This is one of those, I don't even know if the pine cone matches the type of needles in this pine tree, so since it's my imagination, we're going to go with it and pretend it's a pine tree.
It's a happy little pine cone.
Yeah, exactly. This is an Angelooney pine tree.
Angelooney. Now I'm more excited about it.
Okay, I'm adding burnt sienna or burnt umber to one side just to kind of give it some darker area there. And I'll come back in and put some highlights on him. But I'm going to go ahead and use this lighter color and maybe pick up a little bit of raw sienna too. And go back over some of my branches here with that and sort of just dry brush in some texture over the top of my branches. Give it a little bit of color. Change my... If you find that undercolor is picking up when you do this, just let it dry first and then come back to it. But if you get it too bright in one area, you can come back in with some of the darker. No stress.
He's on my bed under a pile of things.
How's it going, Carolyn, in the chat room?
Like I said, from A to Z,
Still talking.
everything, lots of yummy snack ideas.
Ooh.
And
I can't wait to paint the
Talking
poinsettia.
some other artists that they all like to watch as well.
Okay.
Love to know who that is and see if we're like already friends with them.
I know, yeah, exactly. Alright, I'm going to clean my brush out real good.
Pandemonium art.
Oh yeah,
I've heard of them. Yeah.
she's in the CAC. She just joined. She's new and coming up. She's got a really good little channel.
Awesome.
I like it.
Very good. Okay, I'm going to add, I just noticed, I want to add some more cad red to my beaks here, sorry. Once it dries, sometimes when it dries a different color, so sometimes you just got to go, okay, I'm going back, revisit the beak there. Add in a little bit more of the darker red. There we go. Okay, I'm done. All right, so the pine needle is really fun. Switching over to this angle brush. Oh, let me do the feet first while I'm thinking about it. I've got my number 4 here. And I'm going to use the burnt umber for this. And we'll go ahead and put the feet in, and then we may add a little bit more black to them too. Actually, I'm going to use black since it's over the top of the branches there. It won't show up. Okay, so her feet are just 3 little lines. Doot, doot, doot. And there. And you're not seeing her legs at all because they're kind of hiding up. Here, let me zoom in a little closer. Okay. So, and I'm going up over the top of the branch a little bit with it so that they look like they're wrapping around over and under the branch. Nathan and Spencer? Awesome. Hi guys. Oh, over at Nathan's? My sons Nathan and Spencer are watching me. That's awesome. I have the best boys, I really do. They're great. I was telling Cinnamon, it's like, it's so nice when your kids get to be adults and they still want to talk to you.
Yeah.
Want to still come over and hang out.
I'm hoping for that.
Must have done something right.
So you don't have any marriage yet?
No married. They're 24, 22, and 13. 14 now. Oh, yeah, Jordan had or Spencer had his birthday this week. Oh, I do that. That is the worst I'm the worst name dropper ever. I call them each other. I call them the dog. I call them the cat. Nate, Spence, Scooter, Jordan. Sorry. Yeah. Every time.
Oh, were we on the wrong?
Okay, I'm going to switch over to my liner brush. I feel like I'm not getting the detail that I want there. And I'm going to get some burnt umber and some of the white and just put in a few little highlights over the top of those little feet. Oh, okay. I'm off camera there.
The feet is what always gets me. This is where things get weird in my little bird world.
Yeah, they kind of go in an opposite direction than you would normally think. So, and they're sitting right up under the wing. So I think a lot of people put them too far forward. That does make them look silly or look off. They're a little thicker where they hit the body. And they thicken again, kind of at their joint there where they meet the branch. Okay, that's good enough. Sorry, coughing. Held it in as long as I could. All right, zooming out. Here we go. Okay, got 8 minutes. We'll do this. We can do it.
It's okay. We can push back a little bit.
All right, so I'm picking up the cadmium yellow and some phthalo blue. I'm going to make a nice green with it. I'm going to go a little bit bluer. I'm going to go a little bit on the blue side. The evergreens sometimes have those kind of bluish tinge to them. This will just be my base color, and I will add to it several colors of green. So, and to do the brush strokes, let me zoom in. I'm just doing, please keep losing my ear thing. Set it down and pull it toward the branch. And if you set it down and kind of just press even, it'll kind of do some thicker branches or thicker needles. But just kind of setting it down and pulling it in. Leave a little bit of that blue showing through so that we can come back in with some other colors. And just do this nice and quickly. If you're getting thick areas like that, just push your brush to a point. If your brush is not coming to a point, it's not going to come to a point on your canvas. So if you're using a brush that's real scruffy, you're not going to get these fine little needles with it, which is fine. I'm just, if you're frustrated, sometimes it's the brush. You know,
Yeah.
You can be as good a painter as you want to be, but if you're using a bad brush, it's not going to happen. I know you know what I mean.
I so do.
I'm going to put some down here.
I think I got a little like dark on my green here.
That's all right. Well, I want to go back in with some of the brown too. So
Let it be.
I'm going to go fast here.
The only thing I think that's different from probably how it would be if you and I were just hanging out and painting is that we would be able to have just music playing.
I know. I miss the music. Okay, so who's your favorite band, Cinnamon? I never did ask you that.
Right now?
Yeah.
That's a hard one for me. Like, you know, the single, like, ever band.
I know. Well, you know, what do you listen to the most? Give me your top 10.
We got a lot of funk going on in our lives. We do. There's a lot of Bruno Mars.
Oh, we went and saw him in concert last year. He was awesome. One of the best concerts I've ever seen.
And Daft Punk
So good.
happens a lot. My husband is very
Yes.
big into music, so he's an audiophile.
Love it. Me too. I knew I liked him.
And I'm actually a huge mega fan of Jonathan Coulton.
Now, I don't know that person.
So he's
I need
actually
to
from
look him
YouTube. He got famous from YouTube.
Really?
creating free domain music. They've ripped him off on Glee. Interestingly enough.
Really?
Yeah. You know you're good if Glee will steal from you.
Yeah.
And he just makes some of my favorite music on the planet.
Jonathan Colton. Okay, I'll have to look him
Oh
up.
yeah, good stuff.
I'm going to do this one here that I left off. Located it.
Boston self-titled is on rotation.
Which one?
Boston self-titled.
Is it? Yeah, I think I've been hearing a lot of that lately. And then on my Periscopes, I really like to just do acoustical folk. I like get some Simon and Garfunkel going.
Uh-huh. Oh,
Just
yeah.
relax a little.
Love him. We just bought Mumford and Son tickets, so we're going to go see them this year.
You go to a lot of concerts.
We do. We, like, once our kids got old enough to, like, you know, watch each other, we were all about it. We've tried to get Spencer to go with us. Spencer's our youngest. We've tried to get him to go to concerts with us. He won't do it. He's like, I don't know, somehow he's just decided he doesn't want to go to concerts. So, because we totally take him, but at least for some of them. Maybe not for certain ones, but...
Judy says that she likes the John Fogerty concert.
Oh, yeah.
John Fogerty?
Peter.
Yeah, he's good. Okay, and I'm just going back in and adding some darker areas. Some brown. Just having that contrast is really important. You may go like, oh.
I think I went the wrong direction. Off script on my contrast.
What do you mean?
Oh, I went so dark initially.
So dark?
I'll have to lighten
Oh, well,
it a
you can
second.
always fix it. Yeah, you can always fix it. Main thing is just to leave a little bit of breathing room between the needles, so because you do so many layers, you don't want to cover over all of your blue at once. But I mean, really, some pine branches are denser than others. So since we're making this up, we can do what we want, right?
Bob would approve. This is like, good job.
This is our own made-up pine tree, anyways. Okay, we are getting close.
We are.
I can't wait for the snow.
Oh, that's the hot mess part for me.
So I'm adding white to that mixture that I made before with the cad red and the... And I'm going to go back over and add some of that. Definitely don't add too much. This will help. Yeah, that's good. Get a little bit more yellow in there. Maybe make it a kind of a yellow green. Okay. Thank you, honey. Mark's helping me stay on camera, stay on target.
Yay, Mark!
Okay, so I'm adding some yellow to my green there. That's good.
So what is your favorite band?
My favorite band, we've seen Muse 3 times now, so they would be up there. Probably Radiohead would be up there. We saw them a couple years ago. They were fantastic. That's one of those concerts where you left and you were like, I want to follow them to their next city. Like, see them again tomorrow night. It was so good.
I was so surprised to see that you were such a hardcore rocker.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, we did the most fun costumes this year. We got ourselves some wigs the year before, like 25 cents or something at Walmart. So we were punk rockers this year. My band was Bossy Pants, and I was the boss for sure, Miss Bossy Pants. We have like a ton of Halloween trick-or-treaters at our neighborhood, so we like to dress up and just sit on the front porch and pass out candy for hours. We go through like 3 huge mega-sized bags, 3 to 4 every year. It's that busy.
I have like 2/3 of my bag left at the end. It's not kind. My kids clean up in the neighborhood because nobody's really trick-or-treating.
Oh, that's great, yeah. really just want to keep your bristles angled out in the direction of the growth. I feel like I haven't been teaching anything, Cinnamon.
I'm sorry.
No. It's me. I'm just enjoying talking. What? Oh, okay. It's me. It's midnight where Mona is. Mona's in Sweden.
Oh my gosh, Mona, love you.
Mona,
Hi, Mona.
She never sleeps. She's not going to bed anytime soon, I bet, because she's still got Cinnamon's broadcast to come.
Mona lives and breathes art, and I think she's going to be uploading
wonderful.
some of her stuff to YouTube really soon as well. I think I heard something about that.
I think she's at work.
When does it work at midnight?
I thought I read earlier that she wasn't able to actually paint along because she was at work and was like.
Mona, are you watching us from work?
She might be like. You're like outing her, like she's not.
We're totally outing her.
I'm digging that.
I did too.
That was
That was
a mother's tone.
a mother's tone, like Mona. That's Miss Bossy Pants coming out. Alright, I'm making more of a blue-green. Adding some blue to my needles. Just play with it. You want some of them kind of going straight or like shorter strokes. The ones that are going to kind of go in the middle here are going to be, the ones in the middle here are going to be like shorter. And because you're not going to see, some of them are coming straight at you, so you're really only seeing like the tip of them. So, you can put a few in that are like tiny, small ones. Okay, we're pretty much getting there. We're pretty close to being ready for some snow
I
here.
got a pine cone out too, though.
I'm going out. Oh, yeah, the pine cone. Thank you.
Which right now is looking like a brown something.
I feel like I need a branch down here, but whatever. I'm not going to do that tonight. I'll clean out all of that. Going on my brush. I'm going to pick up my number 4 again. Number 4 is like my go-to brush. I don't know. I use it. I could probably do a whole painting with just this brush. It's so versatile. Okay, so we're 5 o'clock. I was worried that this was going to be a long one.
Did you delay us, John?
What's that?
Did
Yeah,
you delay
we're at
us?
5.
Did I delay you?
Yeah, because our upload time is 5 o'clock.
I am out there chatting with everyone, telling them that they should come
So
over.
why don't I? All right, I'll come over to the computer.
I don't know how to do the social media part of it.
Not the social media part of it. I mean, physically.
I'm getting the raw sienna and the unbleached titanium here, and I'm just putting in, dry brushing some very
Don't just lie without us.
It's a
rough details. Oh, let me zoom in here. I've already overlapped Cinnamon's thing here. Sorry, guys.
Don't worry. Did you show that?
All right, and then I'm picking up some of the darker. I'm going to go back in with some of the darker.
Okay, so we're good actually.
Burnt umber.
I'm on it.
You're pro. I'm sorry. I don't even know why I came over here and second guessed you. I gotta do the thing, and then we gotta make the official cocktail later. After I'm wound up.
Oh, you going to make it on air?
No, I think I'm gonna have John. I can't make a cocktail on air. I'm not that show. Nobody wants.
Not a cooking show.
Oh darn it! I went.
All right, so there's my pine cone. I've just left some dark areas, put some highlights up in there. He's not super detailed. And then I'm going to pick up some of this green too and just add a little bit of green details to them because sometimes they're kind of green around the edges if they're fresh. Just thought it looked good. Okay, so that's good. And let's put in some snow and we'll get out of here so Cinnamon can do her poinsettia. So the snow is just plain old straight titanium white.
Everybody's gonna have to give me like a second to re-mic. Get back in my.
Yeah, you'll have to.
all
Do you need to
ungeared
go,
up. I'm
Cinnamon?
like-
Do you need to go get prepped, get your palette set and everything, or?
Yeah, I probably better get my stuff there,
Sounds like a plan.
and I'll catch up on the end. Like I'll come back and flick snow.
Yeah, that's all that's left.
Yeah, and
Just
then
some real snow.
and then I'll turn it in on the. I'll put it in the
Nice.
Angelooney group.
I love it.
You know, like
Can't wait to see it. I haven't been watching you at all, so I have missed it.
I was
excited to
I'm
see
just
it.
painting along.
I'll have to watch the rebroadcast. I'm just trying to pick out my tips here and just put the snow along where I see some little ends going on. And mostly along the upper half of the branches. So.
We'll wait for you guys on your end to hand off the tag. So.
Okay. I'll be done here 5 minutes probably.
Are we okay to hang up on our Skype? You guys.
I think so. You ready to close that down, hon? Mark, where did he go? He disappeared on me. I'll do it.
No problem. Well, we can wait for Mark. I just want to make sure that you guys are.
No, I can do it from here. I just have to get my little thing here. Yeah, I'm ready. Go ahead and hang up. Thanks, Cinnamon. We'll see you in a couple minutes. Okay. All right. Oh, this has been so much fun. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Cinnamon's going to be starting here in a few minutes. I'm finishing up our little branches here. I hope I'm not going off the end there. Probably was while I was closing down that Skype chat. Feels weird not to have anybody to talk to now, Carolyn. You're going to have to talk to me now. Cinnamon's gone. I know. That's all right. I kind of had a feeling we would be. This way, we cannot have a conversation without being on Skype for like 2 hours, I swear. We've had these epic long conversations almost every night leading up to this. It's been great. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. Hope you'll check out my Thankful Art group. And definitely, if you haven't joined the Angelooney group on Facebook, we'll be doing more of these collaborations soon. Hopefully at least once a quarter, if not more often. And I think our fans have really enjoyed it. So the links to all the Facebook groups are in my description below this video. Or if you want to, just go to YouTube and you can search for Thankful Art or Angelooney, and hopefully it should pop up. Just tapping some short, some long, little dots, trying to follow the direction of my branches here. If you do this project, I'd love for you to share it on our Facebook group and also in my Thankful Art group. Okay, I think we're good. Yeah, and that's on Facebook. I'm going to add a little water to the titanium white and do a few little dots just in the on the branches too, where maybe it caught on the branch. Just the watered down because I don't want it too obvious, but okay. And I think we're good. Once this is dry completely, you can go back through here and erase any of your chalk marks that are still showing.
One more time, what brand of latex paints are you using?
Thank you, honey. These are Acrylic, Liquitex, and Golden brands. So those are that's my palette there. So, all right. Thank you so much for watching. I can't wait to do Cinnamon's project. So I hope you pop on over there right now, and we will continue our party. Thanks.